This article contains adult content that may not be suitable for all listeners. Graphic depiction of blood, gore, or mutilation of body parts, depiction of self-harm, depiction of suicide, depiction of torture, depiction of non-consensual drugging. If you are not above the age of 18 or do not wish to hear such content, then turn away now. Otherwise, continue at your own risk. Item number SCP-8557. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Personnel with a history of self-mutilation, suicidal ideation, or related psychiatric symptoms are strictly prohibited from assignment to SCP-8557 containment. Selected agents are to be embedded in various healthcare networks, such as emergency units and psychiatric clinics, to identify and monitor potential SCP-8557 cases until a formal diagnosis can be issued. If a case of SCP-8557 is confirmed, personnel are to gradually introduce the subject to the idea that they are experiencing a hallucinogenic form of necrotizing fasciitis, only treatable through the surgical suturing of all SCP-8557 instances. This procedure is to be conducted non-consensually if necessary, followed by the administration of Class E amnestics. Description: SCP-8557 is a biological phenomenon wherein continuous self-mutilation can cause recent wounds to become sapient oral cavities capable of sustained and coherent communication. The process is painless. Affected wounds cease bleeding and undergo coagulation within 4 minutes. The formation sequence begins with the development of lips derived from local epidermal tissue, followed by the emergence of a complete adult dental arch, and finally, a non-functional tongue. SCP-8557 instances consistently exhibit a demeanor described as unconditionally caring, engaging their hosts in personalized, emotionally validating dialogue with precise recognition of prominent interests, fears, and unresolved grief. This attitude induces psychological dependency, chemically comparable to drug addiction. Upon SCP-8557's initial manifestation, many subjects escalate self-harm practices, both in severity and frequency, claiming the experience as being understood without explanation, finally feeling seen, and, most commonly, a pain that does not hurt. SCP-8557 instances have shown no resistance to surgical intervention. Suturing can be performed using standard methods, after which instances simply become inactive. Item History: SCP-8557 was discovered on June 22, 2007, via an anonymous post on a 4chan board dedicated to discussion of the paranormal. The post, which included photographies and a personal testimony, was traced to Akari Tanaka, a 19-year-old woman residing in Anjo, Honshu, Japan. Further investigation revealed that Tanaka had been a victim of SCP-8557 since early childhood and developed a complex emotional relationship with it. She reportedly treated the anomalies as domestic animals, attempting to feed them individually and assigning unique nicknames to each one. The subject's romantic partner, Hamari Akiyama, was not only aware of the phenomenon, but actively encouraged Tanaka's continued self-mutilation in order to increase the total SCP-8557 population. Occasionally, she would sedate Tanaka with prescription medication, leaving her unconscious for extended periods of time, during which she exclusively interacted with SCP-8557 instances. At the time of surgical intervention, 47% of Tanaka's skin was covered by self-inflicted injuries. 6 months later, she committed suicide. Foundation personnel attended her funeral in case of any posthumous effects. No civilians were present.